Good morning, everyone. Oh, it's so much better than last few days. I've had some real internet problems, and I went live on Monday, and it didn't go so well. So thank you so much for coming back to give me a second go. Round two. Cut that back. So first of all, I just want to say hello to anyone that I have never said hello to before. I'm streaming this across my wonderful Facebook page. I'm streaming this across my LinkedIn page and also on my YouTube page as well. So anyone's watching that I don't know, I just want to say a big hello. My name is Jack Ravel, and I'm the owner and founder of Live and Clicking. Live and Clicking is a company that helps people show up more authentically and confidently on camera so they can make a massive difference in their business. I don't know if you know this, but 300% more traffic is directed to those people online that have videos in their profiles, whether that's on a website or whether that's on their social media. And another really awesome stat, again, with the 300s, is that YouTube, right, the world's biggest social media platform as it stands today, has a stat that means that 300 videos are being uploaded every 60 seconds around the world, right? That just shows that the video is a big, big part of our world, and it's only here to stay. And what I'm here to do today is talk to you a little bit about the cost of inaction, right? The cost of inaction. Now, this is a concept that is quite new to me, but makes so much sense. And I hope that it makes sense to you once I've kind of given you a bit of a description. But let me just tell you a story first. So let me take you back to 2020. This is about this time last year. Pandemic was full in swing. We were in lockdown. Everyone was in their strange places, not really knowing what was going on. And I'd lost my job, right? I was one of the many people whose industry pretty much vanished overnight because of the pandemic. And I had to sort of decide what I was going to do. I applied for a few places at Tesco's and Sainsbury's, but I didn't get the job because they'd already filled all the spots. And then I thought, well, maybe I can go back to doing, a bit of online work. And I just was a bit lost, but didn't really know what I was doing. And then I had my coaching diploma. Now I'd passed, and I'd been studying for this for a few years. And so I thought, what I'll do is I'll just go online and I'll do what I know best, which is just to show up and be me and start putting stuff out there that might help people along the way. And what I started doing was I put stuff out there about, habit building and procrastination and limiting beliefs and, how I was feeling, just to see if it would connect with somebody, right? And as you can imagine, the first few days, it took me about an hour and a half to make this video, and nobody really liked it or watched it or anything like that. But that didn't stop me, right? That did not stop me, because I kept going. And what I kept going with these videos was just to make sure that I was not just being seen and heard by people, but I was trying to sort of reinvent who I was as a person. My background in the modeling, acting, and presenting world had fallen down the side of the sofa, so to speak. And so I was a bit like, I need to find a new identity. And what I did was I showed up with this person for about 30 days. And after these 30 days, I started to get lots of inquiries, lots of people messaging me saying, I've loved your videos. I've been watching them for a few weeks. And I'm like, wow, cool. Okay, people are actually watching these things. And what actually happened was people started to message me, and I started to getting clients, which was just amazing. And that was the thing that really switched this thing in my head that said, actually showing up live on your cameras and on your social medias can be really powerful if you do it consistently, right? Now, this concept of the cost of inaction actually came a lot later, but now I'm going to relate it back to where that was, because if I didn't do that, if I hadn't have actually taken action and put myself out there for my audience to see, those clients would never have come. I didn't have any advertising. I didn't have any website. I didn't even have a funnel to put people into. It was just me and my mobile phone. And what was really awesome about that was that it was authentic, it was real, and it was just coming straight from me. I didn't have any fancy setup. The setup that you see now is just my laptop screen and, kind of a nicer background than I used to have. It used to be all clothes and my background in my bedroom, and it was a bit different. But, this is much better. But, that doesn't mean to say that you can't start right now with your video stuff as well. Video marketing is the most powerful way to get your message across to the world. And the reason I say that is because you never know who's watching. After that 30 days, initially, when I started posting about myself and coaching and kind of getting people, helping people on the way, I started to post things that were with other people, collaborations. I started doing Instagram lives. You know, if you go to my Instagram, if you go to Instagram and you go at Jack W. Revell, you can go back through and you can see all of the things I did. I did hundreds of lives with different people over the space of a couple of months. But during that time, there was somebody who reached out to me from a really big sportswear brand. And they basically said, we'd love to interview you to become one of our online trainers. And I said to them, okay, thank you. I really appreciate that. But you know, I'm not a personal trainer, right? And they're like, yeah, we know that. I said, okay, so do you mind me asking why me? And they said, it's because you've shown up every single day on your stories, on your Instagram, doing videos authentically and with passion and energy. And we love that. And we would love our audience to see that as well. And I said, okay, great, fantastic. Thank you so much. So anyway, I went along and I got down to the final five, four or five, whatever it was. I didn't get the gig, right? I don't know why. Maybe I wasn't fit enough. Who knows? But you know, the thing was, I managed to get this job out of nothing. It was an opportunity that came to me out of nowhere. And that's what was so powerful about this thing, this video stuff I was doing, was that people were watching it who I didn't even know were watching it. It wasn't just my audience. It was people that were finding me organically. And since then, I've realized that actually all the social media apps love you using video because it's interactive, it's engaging, and it's powerful. And your engagement rates go through the roof. You know, your algorithm loves you for it, and it starts to show you off to other places around the internet because of what you're doing, right? So it could be quite a big step for some people, and I understand that. But it's a great step to be taking if you do want to become somebody who is the go-to person in your space. If you're somebody who knows you've got authority and you know, I'm the world's best kept secret, if that's what you're thinking in your head, you need to get stuff on video and you need to start working towards that. And, you know, for those of you that are watching across all the platforms, you know, I've got a Facebook group called Live and Clicking that you're welcome to come and join. If you're on LinkedIn, you can connect with me there, and on YouTube. Hello, you know, again, if you can come connect with me. And what we can do is we can actually show you some really cool tips and tricks on how to start doing that right now. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk to you about the cost of inaction is, you know, how when something comes up in our life and we think to ourselves, should I do that or shouldn't I do that, right? Instead of looking at it from the ROI, which is like the return on investment, so it's like, if I spend £100, am I going to get £110 back, right? Instead of looking at it like that, look at it from a point of, right, what if I don't do that? What is the cost to me and my business, potentially my customers, potentially my life, if I don't do that thing? And when you start thinking a bit like that, you start to think like, oh, but what if I don't, you know, I won't get that and I won't get that. And, you know, the cost of it, I'll just stay still. And standing still is not a good thing to be, right? It's not a good thing to be. You want to be moving forwards. I always say to my clients, if you're looking back on your video content from 3 months ago and you're not cringing, you haven't grown fast enough. You haven't grown at all, right? So that's the same thing with taking action on things that you want to take action on. And when it comes to taking action, you got to make sure that you're doing it for the right reasons. But you know, this cost of inaction is almost just as bad as taking action and making a mistake, because you learn from your mistakes. You learn more from the things you do rather than things you don't do. And I don't know anyone in the world. I think it was Bonnie Ware, who was the lady who was a nurse for people who were just about to die, and she wrote a book, and that book talked about how the people, their dying declaration, so to speak, before they died was not, oh, I wish I'd worked harder, or oh, I wish I hadn't, you know, I wish I hadn't taken that risk. It was all the things that they did do and regretted them as a result. But if they hadn't done them, they would have regretted it more. And that's what's so powerful about this sort of taking action and doing things that are powerful for you. So I'm going to leave you guys with a little tidbit. And I just would like you to today think about something you could take action on that you maybe have been hesitant about doing so in the past. You know, maybe it's something like sending that email to that person that may or may not give you an opportunity. Or it's about connecting with that person on social media that may or may not want to collaborate with you. Or it's about, you know, reaching out to somebody in your industry who's maybe a few steps ahead of you and just asking some advice about something that you know. That, you know, always ask somebody who's just a bit ahead of you to see if they can help you to get to where you need to go, right? just take a step forward and take a step in the right direction and think about that cost of inaction rather than always thinking about the return on investment that you're making. Okay, guys, this has been amazing. I've absolutely loved being live with you. Hopefully this stream is going to be a lot better quality than the last one. And if it is, then I'm really happy, and I'll be here again next week to give you the same few words of wisdom on a Wednesday. So yeah, big love everyone. And I hope to see you all again soon. Peace.